Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing fantastic. I have been going through a bit of creative slump, and I've also been feeling kind of sick. So I'm sorry if I sound a little bit off, a bit more than usual. But I figured that I have this leftover footage of when, here's the story. I was prepping essentially a birthday card for my 4-year-old niece, and she really likes BT21 characters, and my mom really likes BTS, so I just figured, hey, I'm gonna design my own birthday card for my little 4-year-old niece, and she loved it. And yeah, this is just me drawing it. Well, not really drawing it. I can't draw for shit, but I can trace and I can replicate. So that is what you are seeing, and I just feel like doing a favorites video because I want to do something more chill and relaxed. So here we go. Favorite book. Honestly, it used to be Unwind by Neil Shusterman, but then he turned it into a series, and I really liked how the first book ended. So actually, I would have to say that my favorite book right now is Grow Up by Ben Brooks. 18 and up, mind you. Um, there are some adult themes in that book, so just be wary of that. It's kind of like imagine Catcher in the Rye, but British and better. I also didn't like Catcher in the Rye. Okay, anyway, favorite movie. I have a lot. It's hard to pick. I'm surprised that I wouldn't say The Little Mermaid, Disney's The Little Mermaid, but I also love Sleepy Hollow, especially since it's spooky season right now, the one with Johnny Depp. I also love Jaws. But actually, my favorite comfort movie, let's just say Anna Karenina, the one with Keira Knightley, because it's so theatrical, and every time I watch it, I learn something new. Favorite video game? BioShock, specifically the first one and Infinite. The second one, not so much. However, if I were to go off of my favorite board game, I would have to say Scrabble, because that's the only board game that I actually feel confident in winning, because I'm really good at words. Favorite anime? If it wasn't obvious already, or on High School Host Club, I have yet to find an anime that tops that on my list. Favorite color is teal, but really I love aqua, I love turquoise, just any kind of mix of blue and green that reminds me of the ocean. That's what I like. Favorite animal. There's a lot to choose from as well. As a kid, I loved lions. I also love ravens and crows, but I also like moose, so there you go. Favorite number, 14, just because I was born on January 14th and it seems like a lucky number to me. Favorite Disney princesses. Now, in no particular order, Ariel, Melody, Rapunzel, Merida, and Mulan. Favorite play. It used to be a certain play that I directed, but I got fired from, and I don't feel comfortable saying it. But let's just say if we want to go more modern, Marisol by Jose Rivera. Or if we want to go more classics, there's a lot of classics that I like, such as, well, Spooky Season, as I've said, Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. There's A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. But actually, my one favorite classical play that is on my bucket list as a theater kid myself is School for Wives by Moliere. I'd like to play Agnes sometime. Favorite musical? Now, I really like the works of Jerry Herman. He's the guy who wrote Hello Dolly as well as Dear World. I also love The Last 5 Years, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, as well as A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. But I have to say, no musical has made me so obsessed with the songs than Natasha, Pierre, and The Great Comet of 1812. Again, theater major. It's hard to pick. Favorite item of clothing? Dresses. Favorite band? Panic at the Disco. Now, my favorite song from Panic at the Disco, this is tough, actually. There's a lot. They have a lot. I don't really like their more recent album, if to be completely honest. Sugar Soaker is good, but everything else I'm like, bleh. There's Emperor's New Clothes. I have Friends in Holy Spaces. She Had the World. Girls, Girls, Boys. But it's better if you do. I really like, but it's better if you do. But my favorite song is in not a Panic at the Disco song. My favorite song is Too Bad by Rival Sons. Favorite One Direction member, Louis Tomlinson. And my favorite song from him is Perfect Now, in case you were wondering. And oh yeah, by the way, favorite BTS member. Now, this might be hard to believe, but I'm not the biggest fan of BTS. My mom follows them more religiously than I do, but I'd have to say if I had to pick a favorite member, it would have to be either it's tied between V and Jungkook. And if you were to ask me which out of the characters I'm drawing right now, that I like the most, it'd have to be Cookie. That's the pink bunny. That is Jungkook's character, and I just like that he has a more expressive face compared to everybody else. Okay. Anyway, favorite actor is Sierra Boggess. She originated the role as Ariel in The Little Mermaid on Broadway, and she was also Christine Daae in the 25th anniversary of Phantom of the Opera. I believe it was performed at Albert Hall. Again, musical nerd. Favorite director, Kenneth Branagh. He's done a lot of Shakespeare work, and he also directed the live-action Cinderella movie, which I love. Favorite TV show? Now, actually, not really TV, or could you count it as TV? I don't know. They're both on Netflix. Disenchantment and BoJack Horseman. Favorite fruit? Apples, specifically Gala apples. I also like Cosmic Crisp. Honey Crisp, get out of here. Favorite vegetable? Carrots. But I don't like hard carrots. That's the thing. I like them steamed. I like them soft. And if you put brown sugar and butter on it, ugh, carrots are really good. Now, favorite food? Crab legs. Specifically, Alaskan king crab legs. It's expensive, but especially if you put, like, just imagine this, like, the Vietnamese seasoning, the Cajun, the butter, the lemon pepper, the cayenne, like, we're getting off topic. Okay, favorite poem, Alone by Edgar Allan Poe. Favorite dinosaur, Archaeopteryx. Google dinosaur with feathers, and that's the one I'm talking about. Favorite American Girl doll, Felicity Merriman. Even though essentially her character was, look out, world, I'm wearing breeches. It makes more sense if you grew up with American Girl dolls. Okay. Favorite painting, The Last Day of Pompeii by Karl Ryolov? I think I can't read my own handwriting. But you know what? I also love the works of Vittoria Regiganini or Regiganini. It sounds Italian, but I really like the way that he paints satin dresses. Just how he paints fabric is amazing. So yeah, look him up if you're interested. Favorite instrument, the piccolo. I'm annoying. I feel like I'm annoying for saying this. Okay, I cannot play the piccolo. However, I wish I could. The only two instruments I can play are the flute and the ukulele. And when I say I play them, I have a bit of muscle memory left in me. But otherwise, yeah. Favorite instrument, piccolo, just because. Favorite makeup brand, Pretty Vulgar. Favorite makeup item, lipstick or blush, as you could probably tell by a certain ASMR video that I did before, in which I went through my entire lipstick collection. Yeah. I have since cleared out a lot of old stuff, by the way. I was thinking about doing a declutter video. Yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in that, because I kind of want to do that. Favorite candy? I'm boring, by the way. I'm very boring when it comes to this. So I like Hershey's. I like Three Musketeers. I like Take Five. I like, okay, during Easter time when Reese's Pieces comes out with like those, those Reese's Pieces with the carrots, like it's in a bag in the shape of a carrot. I like it, but I only like it like that. I'm weird like that. Oh, while we're on the subject, favorite ice cream flavor? Moose Tracks. Now, I mean, you could do vanilla Moose Tracks or you could do chocolate Moose Tracks. But I really like whenever I go to like an ice cream parlor, I always order a twist cone. So I really like the mix of chocolate and vanilla together. But yeah, if you're wondering what Moose Tracks is, it's like it's ice cream, either chocolate or vanilla, and there are fudge swirls, and then there's also Reese's in there, and it's nice. So the next one is favorite Barbie movie. I feel like everybody is going to say Princess and the Pauper, and it's true. I feel like that's everybody's favorite, but if I were to not count that, I would have to say that my favorite Barbie movie is Rapunzel. I'm surprised I did not say Mermaidia. Favorite flower is lilac. I also love columbines and dahlias, but they are a bitch to grow, so lilac it is. Favorite alcoholic drink. It's a it's a peach fuzz, a Texas peach fuzz, and I've made my own version of it on this channel actually in a short by the way during New Year's. Uh-huh. Favorite wine. Now I'm a little uh, it's a little okay, I either like wine that's cheap like witch's brew or I enjoy like a very specific kind of wine. I like Little Bosco. It's a sweet red and it has a picture of like a one of those cherubs. It's like a painting, but it's also like the cherub is like resting its head in its arms. Yeah, it's called Little Bosco. You could look it up. It's rather cheap, but yeah, like I said, I like a sweet red. Favorite store, Anthropology. Even though I can't afford anything in there, I just like walking in there and seeing what's there. Favorite comedian, Dara O'Brien. Favorite coffee, Caribou Medium Blend. And how I take my coffee and tea also, well, it depends on the tea, but generally, if it's black tea and if it's coffee, I do one spoonful of sugar and a dollop of milk, and there you go. But my favorite tea is Barry's Irish Breakfast. And I am not ashamed to say that because Meyer discontinued it, they are no longer supplying it at the grocery store. I had to order this huge box, this huge package of like 6 boxes of berries from Amazon once. And I have them, I just have this whole stock in my cupboard. And yeah, I'm all set to go. But another tea I really like, there's this one tea by Harney and Sons that's called Little Women. It's a very nice, light apple flavored green tea. That's a good one. There's a lot of teas I like actually, but yeah, I would have to say those two. Favorite subject in school, photography. Favorite gemstone, garnet. Favorite shark, basking shark. Those are big mamas. Favorite aquatic animal or mammal, the rainbow shrimp, because they pack a really nice punch and they look pretty while doing it. Favorite candle. Now, if we're talking about Bath and Body Works, hot cocoa and cream. That is my stress relief candle. I light it up and the whole room smells like hot cocoa and I am relaxed. But there's also one from DW Candle. I think it's called like apple and oats or something like that. That's another good one that I like. Favorite year, 2013, because we didn't die in 2012 and I really liked the music at the time. And I think that was the last time I genuinely remember being happy. I was 16. Yep. And also from that time, favorite album, Lord, Pure Heroine. What would be my favorite song from that album? I really love A World Alone, but I also really like Tennis Court. So there you go. Favorite sport, hockey, even though the Red Wings suck. Favorite constellation, I guess Orion, just because it's easier to find. I don't know what to tell you. Favorite YouTuber, um, it's very hard to pick one because I watch a lot of YouTube, but I really like more vlogger kinds of videos. There's Carrie Hope Fletcher, Samantha Joe. Also, if you wanted a comedian, there's Mac Does It. But actually, I've been binge watching Freddie My Love recently. She's British. She does a lot of fashion vlogs, and she has a voice that's very calming to listen to. So yeah. Favorite podcast? I have been catching up on Welcome to Night Vale. However, speaking of Night Vale, this podcast, my favorite podcast, is actually produced by Night Vale Presents, and it is called Dream Boy. And that 18 and up as well. There's about 3 sex scenes, I want to say, in that podcast. But honestly, dedicate a day or two to it. Dedicate some of hours of your time, because if you like a story that's very much like, okay, it was made by Dane Terry and one other person. I'm very sorry, I don't remember the other writer. But Dane Terry, his songs are so, it's like musical theater, but it's like I love the way that he tells stories. And it's like the podcast is more of a narrative of this guy who lives in Ohio, and he's house sitting for his friend. And well, actually, I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, if you wanted to look it up, Dream Boy podcast. It's by Dane Terry. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I just wanted to talk about my favorites because I feel like you can discover a lot about somebody and based off of what their favorites are. Now, I want to end this off by saying my favorite voice actor. Now, I have mentioned before, I do love the works of Cardlin Audio, Icy Narrates, Yuri Voice. There's so many other people, but my favorite of all time, my favorite voice actor of all is Who Rose Thinks. Or not Who Rose Thinks. Yep, those are my favorites. And all right, before I go to bed, I just wanted to say thank you very much for listening in if you made it this far. And it's important to rest up. Um, I have plans, but I'm taking my time. And thank you so much for your support. Have a good night.